house and freeing Constance's soul. This started.
Damn, hold on. They freed her soul, okay, because that's practically like putting a dynamite stick in someone's body.
It sounds like a GTA mission. Once Constance leaves, the house leaves with her, and all that is lefty is an empty plot of land. Nevercracker cries seeing Constance's soul leave, which makes you feel bad for the guy, because all he was trying to do was protect the neighborhood from his
But even while he's in the house with her, it's not like that's really her, though. I don't know if the house talks to him. I don't know if the staircases, like, talk to him, but that's not really her.
deceased wife this whole time. To be fair, he is the reason there was a living house in the first place, and people did die, but hey, everyone makes mistakes, right? And when the credits roll, you are never the same. Because 10-year-old you thought you were going to watch a movie about a monster in a house. Instead, you watched something about a freaky house that has a tongue and eats children. Now you got generation.
Yo, to be honest, I don't know about you guys, but as a kid, I actually liked watching movies that weren't age appropriate. It's just me. I don't recommend it, but I don't know. I feel like my mind as a kid, I've already saw like or heard of jokes that were crazy or seen crazy material, so I'm like, I don't like none of that little boy stuff.
Real trauma. Monster House was a great film. It shouldn't be a children's film, though. SpongeBob. Now I know what most of you guys are saying. SpongeBob wasn't scary, and while most of the episodes of SpongeBob were wholesome and enjoyable for all ages, there were certain episodes that were different. Like there's an episode called The Graveyard Shift. SpongeBob and Squidward have to work the overnight shift at the Krusty Krab. Squidward, being Squidward, decides the best use of his time is to...
Dude, I don't care what anyone says, the creepiest episode of SpongeBob was when that gorilla came and ripped SpongeBob in half. Yo, whoever was the director of that episode, they were definitely on something. They had to be off some substances.
terrorize SpongeBob with a horror story. The story is about a former fry cook who cut off his own hand, replaced it with a spatula, got hit by a bus, and now comes back to haunt the Krusty Krab every night at the witching hour, looking for his next victim. Who is it?
Yo, that animation of him cutting his hand is crazy.
This former cook, the hatch-slinging slasher. If you've ever watched this episode of SpongeBob, I probably just instantly gave you some PTSD. Now when SpongeBob hears this story, he's instant...
This is how you get world edit in Minecraft Bedrock. It's insane what you can build with this simple trick. Place in repeating command blocks. Build a 7x7 field like this, so it gets a 5x5 blocks field inside of it. The red blocks mark the 2 coordinates of the field you need.
terrified. But as a viewer, you're thinking Squidward is...
Yo, the terrified SpongeBob who has like half a brain cell, you know it had to be scary.
Just making this up to scare him. The exact signs from the story actually start happening in real life. The lights flicker, the phone rings, and there's nobody on the other end. If you're a kid watching this, you're not too worried. But then, Squidward gets scared. And Squidward is never scared. Depressed? Probably. Annoyed? Obviously. But you never see him scared. So when Squidward starts genuinely panicking, you start getting scared too. Because every other episode you watch of this show is about SpongeBob chasing jellyfish and Phil lollygagging around, enjoying.
Yeah, I think that's what made it creepy, because when you watch SpongeBob, bro, you're not turning it on to get scared. You're not turning it on to eventually be like, bro, you're trying to laugh. It's funny. So when you take the funniness away, it's like, what the hell? You know?
But for there to randomly be an episode where a killer fry cook is haunting them, it switches the tone completely. But then the ending happens. The bus shows up, the same one the half-slinging slasher got hit by, and someone hops off it, looking exactly like the person from the story. And they creepily head toward the front door of the Krusty Krab.
But it's not him, right?
Only for you to realize it's not some deranged killer, it's just a nerdy teenager applying for a job at a bad time. The flickering lights are just the lights doing that because the wiring in the building isn't up to code, which makes sense considering the fact that they're underwater and it's probably hard to get good electricity in there. The phone sound was just an automated system, so everything works out in the end. But the first 90% of that episode genuinely scared real children, including me. It's not the fact that...
Yo, the gorilla episode was worse. If you know, you know. Let me know if you know about that gorilla.
This episode was super terrifying when you compare it to an actual horror movie, but it was that usually this show was so upbeat and jolly, so you weren't ready for this to happen. It's like if you get punched in the face when you're not expecting it, you'll probably get knocked out, but if you're warned before getting punched in the face, you can brace for impact and still probably get knocked out. So I don't know why I made that comparison, but yeah, let's just move on actually. Then there's the episode called Rock Bottom. This one doesn't have any jump scares, but it's just pure dread for the whole episode. So SpongeBob and Patrick go to an amusement park, stay too late, and miss their bus home. SpongeBob ends up on the wrong bus and gets dropped off at Rock Bottom, which is a place that exists below the ocean.
Below the ocean?
Deeper than...
Oh no.
The Bikini Bottom, a place that's darker, straight.
Yo, how is Patrick smarter than you, bro? How is Patrick getting left and your ass is still on the bus? I always thought SpongeBob was smarter than Patrick.
Stranger and operates on different rules than Bikini Bottom. And the episode is literally just SpongeBob trying to get home. He keeps trying to catch the bus back, but every single time, right as he's about to make it, the bus leaves without him. And the residents of Rock Bottom speak in a language that sounds almost like English, but not quite. So SpongeBob cannot understand a single word they're saying, and nobody can help him. Now that I think about it, the language low-key just sounded like how I am when I try to talk to a girl. I'm trying to get my words out, but it just doesn't make sense. This episode is scary for one reason. Did you ever actually physically get jump scared? No, but for the whole duration of the episode, something just didn't sit right with you. But it wasn't even full episodes itself that would be scary, because during completely random episodes, when you're least expecting it, they would randomly pop pictures on the screen of non-animated characters like
get 1,000 free draws in Clash of Critters. It's actually really easy because they're giving away 1,000 free draws to anybody that downloads the game right now from this video. Clash of Critters is a casual
characters like Nosferatu.
Okay, that's creepy. Yeah, anytime any type of cartoon show or any animated show wants to put up real images of real people or like real monsters, you lost me there, buddy. You lost me.
Or real live butterflies. It would literally just be at a random moment. And while these may not sound horrifying, seeing something that is not creepy. Animated in a show that is entirely animated would give you a really weird feeling. My question is, why did the creators of the show even put these moments in? Were they just trying to give a generation of kids trauma?
Hey, you know what would be funny? What if we put a photo of one of the scariest horror characters of all time right in the middle of the episode without any context?
Won't that, like, traumatize the kids? Yeah, okay.
SpongeBob is one of the greatest shows of all time, but sometimes I wonder what they were trying to do in those creepy episodes. But there is no debate that Teletubbies absolutely is.
This actually haunts me. And another thing about them, I used to always envision them being small. Look how big they look. There is no reason why their thighs should be that big.
It's creepy. I don't care what age you are, those little things were terrifying.
Right, I know there's full-grown adults in there trying to mimic little children.
Teletubbies.
Did Scary Movie manage to outkill its inspirations? Let's find out and get to the numbers. Sorry, hold on. Yo.
Hello, James. What are you doing?
Nothing. Standing here counting the kills. About to get to the numbers.
Are you all alone?
What is that?
What the? What the? Who's that?
Yo, pick up the phone.
What is that? What the?
Yo, Suke, pick up the phone.
Yo.
What is that?
Yeah, I should probably get to the numbers though.
True.
I'm James A. Janice, and this is Springtrap Patty Cake. Hell yeah. Let's go. I'm James. Are there more scale counts starting in 2 weeks? Today, though, I'm looking at The Forever Purge, the 5th film in the franchise, released in 2021. The Purge series began with a simple home invasion film following a wealthy family. The next few sequels wisely moved the focus to the streets, giving us more action and following characters who had less means to survive. The last installment before this one was 2018's The First Purge, a prequel set in 2017 showing how and why the Purge was started. The new Founding Fathers of America, an extremist political party, instated the 12 hours of lawlessness to kill off poor people and keep the plebes fighting amongst themselves. Decades later, in the Purge election year, candidate Charlie Roan won the 2040 election on an anti-Purge platform. That movie ended with her government ending the Purge, but now it's 8 years later, in 2048, and the NFFA has been voted back into office. The Forever Purge, like the rest of the series, is a political action horror film that revels in hot-button issues. While the first Purge focused on the largely black population of Staten Island, the Forever Purge turns its attention to Tejas and shows us what the Purge is like for undocumented immigrants. It was written by James DeMonico, who created the Purge, wrote all of the previous films, and show-ran the 2-season TV show on USA. He also directed the first 3 films, but stepped aside in the first Purge for director Gerard McMurray. That movie was all about being black in the United States, so DeMonico preferred to have a black director helm the project.
So I lay the foundation for these things, but it's really great to hand it off to someone who can then bring an air of authenticity, bring a voice that's very true,
Especially in modern society now, it's great to hear from new directors.
Similarly, The Forever Purge is directed by Everardo Gout, a Mexican filmmaker who DeMonico figured could better speak to the issues covered in this installment.
He called me out on a lot of shit, to be quite honest. Not to be blunt, but he'd be like, dude, we wouldn't speak like that as Mexicans. We wouldn't talk that way about America.
I know the Purge films aren't masterpieces and can often feel heavy-handed and on the nose, but I still enjoy the series for what it is, an exploration of the U.S. with its worst instincts run amok. I think of them as entertaining. Movie footage used in the kill count is owned entirely by the copyright holder. Dead Meat makes no claim of ownership and simply uses the footage for purposes of education, commentary, and criticism under fair use. Please support filmmakers and the art of filmmaking by watching The Purge election year in its entirety on home media or streaming services where available. Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies. I'm James A. Janice, and today we're looking at The Purge election year, released in 2016, an actual election year in the U.S. So you know this movie had some bomb-ass SEO. Election year takes place nearly 2 decades after the first 2 films, and depicts a country torn in half over the Purge. While it continues to show the street-level perspective we saw in Anarchy, election year also explores the political machinations behind the Purge, increasing the stakes from the lives of a few characters to the very moral fiber of the United States of America. Like the other Purge movies, election year also has an insanely high body count. Can this populist newcomer of a film beat the establishment Belko experiment for most kills on this channel? Let's find out and get to the election, or the kills, the election year kills. The movie begins with Mark Bolan glamming out before Ray Davis's bass tones take over, since this funky Purger's got a real type of thing going down, getting down. He explains in a real weird voice acting delivery.
My Purge playlist. I put a lot of thought into it, especially this final tune, as it'll be the last song you'll ever hear.
He sounds like an exasperated side character on The Simpsons, but this dude is no Gil Gunderson. He's a sadistic home invader who tells the mother of this unfortunate nuclear family that she has to choose the one family member who gets to live. The rest are all getting googly-eyed to death. As we'll see, Mama Roan must have chosen her bespectacled daughter Charlie to live, so I'll go ahead and put the rest of the Roan family on the count right now, even though their deaths don't happen on screen. Instead, the cold open ends with a card putting us 18 years in the future, which is a bizarre fucking choice to me for reasons we'll see shortly. Now Charlie Roan, who you can tell is the same character because of her glasses, is a senator running for president on an anti-purge platform, a popular issue for the public after they've learned more about the new founding fathers' corruption. There are even outspoken anti-purge activists like this dude, Dante Bishop, the character formerly known as Stranger, who is yet again played by Edwin Hodge even though he looks the same age. But fuck it, make it 18 years later. Charlie is played by Elizabeth Mitchell, aka Juliette Burke, Sawyer's true love. Don't at me, skate shippers. She's running against NFFA candidate Minister Edwidge Owens, who watches a report about her rising poll numbers with the rest of the party on a kick-ass George Washington portrait television. By the way, the report mentions that the NFFA has been in power for 25 years. So here's the Purge timeline. The NFFA wins the 2016 election and starts the Purge the next year in 2017. The first 2 movies take place during Purges 6 and 7 in 2022 and 2023, and it's now around 2041, making this Purge number 25. Fucking nailed it. Hey there, Future James here, saying I didn't actually nail it, because it turns out election year actually takes place 18 years after the 6th Purge, the one in the original movie, making the year 2040 and the Purge the 24th one. So, sorry, my bad. And party boss Caleb Warrens has decided to celebrate the Purge's silver anniversary by lifting the restriction on government officials. In other words, this year you can purge a presidential candidate with impunity. During a presidential debate wherein Owens defends the Purge, Charlie rails against it as a religion of murder.
The Midnight Purge Mass, where our great NFFA leaders gather together and slaughter innocents.
You know, actually, when you put it like that, how the fuck's the country even going along with this shit? Charlie Roan shows herself to be a firebrand populist who gets the audience to their feet and all but crowd surfs among them. That kind of behavior is vexing for her head of security, Sergeant Leo Barnes? Frank Grillo again, looking the exact same as he did in Anarchy, which again took place 18 years prior to this. Why did they do that if they wanted to use the same characters? How old is Leo Barnes? Lest you think the series is abandoning the ground level view of Purge Night, Charlie's campaign is watched and commented on by working class Joe Dixon, a dude who owns a deli frequented by EMT Laney Rucker, played by Get Out's Betty Gabriel. Joe's assistant Marcos is a huge Charlie chap and says she could win if she takes Florida, but Laney is all like, no, and thinks the senator is full of shit. For his part, Joe likes Charlie, but thinks she's unlikely to win, while the 4th dude in the deli isn't even paying attention to politics.
I'm thinking about waffles and pussy. That's all I ever really think about, actually.
Joe gets a call saying the Purge movies need even more commentary on American society, so he hangs up and complies.
Damn insurance company. They just raised the premium on my purge cards by thousands the day before the damn purge.
He don't have that money, so he resolves to protect the store himself since all his livelihood is in it. He wants to guard against rotten apples like this mean girl Kimmy and her nameless friend, who like to knock shit over and fly swat each other's butts. Lainey steps in on the conflict since she has some street cred, being formerly known as Pequeña Muerte, the Little Death.
You're my motherfucking hero.
But now Lainey's all like, don't do drugs and stay in school, so Kimmy leaves with some serious side-eye. Despite the announcement about government officials being fair game, Charlie refuses Leo's suggestion to get a safe house since it wouldn't be very populist of her. And already I just want these two to fuck. Talk about sexual tension. Leo does his best to secure Charlie's home with another member of the Roan campaign, Chief Cooper, and on the night of the big event, Leo locks down the house and they all settle in for some quality Purge Night programming that reminds the viewers no one is immune tonight. Must be sweeps week. Sirens blare all around our nation's capital as the Purge officially begins. Charlie pulls Leo away from his security buddy Eric, or should I say Bluetooth Eric, and orders him to have a drink with her. Just fuck already. The drink is just water, but they still open up and talk about their equally tragic backstories. Leo says he nearly made a huge mistake on Purge Night and believes in the Senator's mission to get rid of the holiday. Meanwhile, Lainey is spending her Purge Night, as always, driving around in a triage van with her friend Dawn, looking for people they can help out. Like this guy, who jump scares them at their window and, oh, now there's an arrow in his head. Categorize him as unlikely to live regardless of medical care. They drive around with a whole shit ton of dissolves and witness heinous acts of violence, like an alleyway guillotine exhibition that looks like it's claiming its third victim of the night. Those bros and that alien are loving it. They also see some metal masked homies driving around with 2 of their 3 human hood ornaments looking pretty damn dead, so let's add another couple to the list here. And over at the Lincoln Memorial, oh come on! Who slaughtered all these people? This is a bitch to cow! I think I see 16 bodies, and if not, let's just pretend that's how many there are, since Abe was the 16th president, and that's fine. Over at the deli, Joe Dixon is up on the rooftop, click, 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 ready to defend his business from any looters. Marco shows up to pledge his help, and although Joe tells him no at first, he might want to reconsider after a rogue electrical parade float finds its way from Main Street to Joe's Avenue. The occupants are Kimmy and her party girlfriends, blaring Miley Cyrus and yelling up at Joe that they gon' get a candy bar from his shop, and then burn the place to the ground. Marco shoots Kimmy's ear off, and the girls take off, promising to be back later. Yeah, maybe let Marco stay with you, Joe. Back at Charlie's home, Chief and Bluetooth Eric are up to some shady shit, manipulating the...
World Edit allows you to convey to replace this Woodland Mansion, the dark oak planks are all being changed into diamond blocks. So you can do this at absolutely any block, absolutely any build, and change one block into another. And of course, in your Minecraft world and flatter...
In this video, I will solve your doubts about this. To answer this question and see if it is possible to use World Edit in Minecraft on the PlayStation. For World Edit, you will notice that nothing pops up. So this answers our questions that it is not officially distributed through the marketplace. So is there any instructions are only going to apply today? World Edit is developed only for Java Edition and only on PC, which means that it is impossible to use it on your PlayStation 5. If you want to have World Edit,
You're not gonna just ignore me here. I just got off a 16-hour shift, dog. You're gonna have to come back tomorrow or something. I'm a demon, bro. Just here to feed on your fear, not book an appointment. You're not scared at all? Nah, I'm too tired for all that. Hey, give me everything you got. I left it all out on the floor at work, brother. I ain't got nothing left to give. I'm talking about your possessions. Somebody say possession? Oh my God, brother, just left a demon. My dumb ass brought a gun to a demon fight. You scared? No. Ooh. Yeah. Ooh, bro, I didn't mean to. Let me help you to the hospital. Nah, I'm too tired for all that right now. What? So you just go lay there until you bleed out? Or wake up and go to the hospital in 8 hours, whichever comes first. How are you this tired? But what is your profession? You a robber, ain't you? Stop trying to be a fool. And bro just passed away mid-sentence. No! I'm sorry! Am I dead?
Yes, and I have come for you. It's time to go.
I'm too tired for all that, man.
What?
Have you ever worked a 16-hour shift, dog?
I'm currently working an infinite hour shift. Look who you're talking to.
Sound like you need a nap too, then.
Do you know what happens to the world if I sleep for a couple hours? Resident Evil.
Bro, all I'm asking for is 8 hours, man.
You know I'm fine. But I'll be back.
Incoming call from Bouncy Bud.
Hey, bro, did you watch my movie? What? Dude, you never hear anybody. When was the last time you cleaned your ears? I don't know. Never. What? Ugh, you probably got stupid dirt in your head. I bet you got a dirty mind. Bro, watch a comedy and you can only hear the dirty jokes. All right, be cool. Damn. Clean them right now. Bro. Whoa. Almost arrived. Can you hear better now? Yeah. What? Are we not going to talk about him floating and, like, losing image quality? Your stomach finna growl. How did you know that? I could hear his stomach muscles about to contract. You're about to get a text message. Hey. Voodoo. Nah, I can hear the radio waves coming from the cell towers heading towards your phone. You could hear things before they happen? So bro just freaking got Sharingan ears? I think I'm gonna take over the world now. Alright, straight to villainy is crazy, Sonya. Don't try to punch me with your right hand. How didn't I tell you I could hear your SpongeBob ad muscles tensing up? I'm invincible now. No, you're not. Wake up to reality. I hear everything even before they happen. Okay, how about this? Idiot, you only got super hearing. You can't take over the world with that. Ah, okay. I'm sorry. I got a little power hungry. I'll be good again. Hey, bro, did you watch my movie? What? Dude, you never hear anybody. When was the last time you cleaned your ears? I don't know. Never. What? Ugh, you probably got... Man, you're not like that for real. What do y'all live for? I tied a little zest pants who blew me a kiss to the back of my car. Took his little loose in the shoes after a drop. Overblowing a kiss. You Ebert. Okay, I like that. What about you? I spun the hot block with a grenade launcher and just destroyed the whole block. I caught so many bodies. You was at the top of the leaderboard for sure, brother. You deserve to be here. Oh, my turn? I offed 3 people and took a bubble bath in their blood. Nah, you crazy. You wild. Yeah. Oh, and I defied their kids after, too. What? You're done. We finna murk your creep ass. Have you ever been jumped by a whole prison system? What? But I thought we was rocking with the bad stuff. Yeah, we're villains, but we're not monsters. What the f*** is wrong with you? We do not fuck with that. Yeah. Don't touch kids, weirdo. Hey, we got a chico over here. What? Oh, yup. We finna do you so cold, Cuddy. Get that bud! Hey, a couple of y'all start eating some hot Cheetos. It's good. Yeah, get ready to spit in his cheeks after I knock him out. Let me get some of them too. Yeah, let me get some. You're gonna have a flame eye before you go. Yeah, you gonna feel just what your victims do. Man, you're not like that for real. What do y'all live for? I tied a little zest pants who blew me a kiss to the back of my car. Took his little loose in the shoes after a drop. Overblowing a kiss. You evil. Okay, I like that. What about you? I spun the hot block with a grenade launcher and just destroyed the whole block. I caught so many bodies. You was at the top of the leaderboard for sure, brother. You deserve to be here. Oh, my turn? I offed 3 people and took a bubble bath in their blood. Nah, you crazy. Yeah, you wild. Yeah. Oh, and I defied their kids after, too.
Top 5.
Hell no! What's up? What's up?
So what's the prank? You just put his hand in the warm water, and then he'll pee on himself. Oh yeah. It's almost showtime. Isn't this kind of sus? We just staring at his meat, watching in anticipation. Shut up and watch. Yo, what?
Huh?
Hell! Damn. Oh, you being too... Oh,
No.
Not me too, man. What's going on?
Why is pee coming out of your finger?
You two fish brain cells forgot I'm never lacking? I always keep one on. Man, so you knew?
Why was pee coming from your finger though?
Of course I did. I'm way smarter than you two leaking poop. Shut up. That's why your room smell like overweight ass. And nah, why was pee coming from your finger?
What? Oh, that's where I pee from.
Oh, what? You're an a-
So what did you want to talk about?
Yeah,
I mean, you know I love you. It's just your son. What's wrong with two people? I don't think Brett liked me that much. Why? Well, that was yesterday on his iPad.